But if we flip the question to what would I like to have happen, number one, and then number two, what increases the likelihood that that occurs, you do a very different set of behaviors. So I'll give you an example. I had a friend of mine who's a pretty big influencer creator, whatever you want to call it. You would know they are. And she had basically a beef with a different creator who had like stolen some stuff or something like that. And so she was like, hey, what do you think I should say to this guy? And I was like, well, what do you want to have happen? And she like thought for a second and she didn't really have a clear answer. I was like, well, if I were you, I would want to decrease the likelihood this occurs in the future. Does that sound like a fair outcome? She was like, yeah. I was like, okay, well, does you yelling at him for it decrease the likelihood that occurs in the future? Or does he just do it and then he's just not friends with you? She was like, huh. And what happens is oftentimes like you go through enough of those loops and you're like, maybe I just don't really gain anything from saying anything. I'm like, yeah, probably. And so I have an internal joke with my closest friend, Dr. Kashi, which is we call it the undefeated champion of the world, which is the third path, which is do nothing. And so many times, like when you run through all the scenarios, most of the times we just want to do something because we want to feel better. But it actually doesn't increase the likelihood that we want to have happens. Most times you'll just increase the likelihood for retaliation. And so me yelling at someone just increases the likelihood that they yell back at me or that they try to do something to counter control me. And so it's like, well, I would rather just like not play. This game has prizes and I don't want any of them.